Well, last week on Marina Queen Sailing, Pac West Marine and Industrial swapped out my rear main seal on my Yanmar 2GM20F. Put a new one in there. And then I went out to test the motor by heading off to Mission Bay. In this episode of Marina Queen Sailing, we're getting to Mission Bay, baby. Oh yeah, stick around. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen out there. Well, I didn't make it to Mission Bay. I had winds out of the north, swell that had been building for days, and I got caught in the kelp beds twice. I said I'm going back to San Diego. But I did work the engine pretty hard for about 6 hours, and not a drop of oil. The rear main seal change out was totally effective. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, so a little good news, a little bad news, perhaps. But I'm gonna get underway tomorrow morning early before the winds build. So I think I'm gonna have no problem getting to Mission Bay tomorrow, and we'll spend the weekend in Mission Bay. All right, I just got underway. Oh, it's probably maybe 8:15 in the morning, but I'm hoping that maybe things are calmed down off Point Loma and I can get around that point and make my way over to Mission Bay. I think that'd be great, spend the weekend down there. You get 3 days, so if I show up today, I'm leaving Monday morning. It's perfect. Underway. Whoo! I got the fenders in, not any wind to speak of, so I'm not terribly in a rush to get the sails up, but I don't want to try to have to get them up at Point Loma, right, if there is wind there, so I'll get them up before then. My heart gets pumping because you get underway, there's the excitement and exhilaration of that, and then you've got to bring in the fenders, and that's a physical activity. You know what I'm trying to work with now is trying to find like a rhythm where, okay, because now I have to come down from that adrenaline, and sometimes what I've found is I get that adrenaline spike so high that I come down from it and I'm saying, oh. That happened when I tried to get to Mission Bay on the first time. So I have to be able to manage my energy level, I think, better. So I'm going to relax a little bit, try to get my energy more straight. Part of it is just about staying hydrated. You're sweating when you adrenalize like that. Yeah, I have to be super conscious. To drink more water. That there is a Coast Guard 87 footer. Just got underway right here. Oh yeah, and on the right you can see the security guard. If you get too close to the Navy bases over here, this guy will come out and wish you a good day. How you doing? That's the Coast Guard base where the 87's more yeah. Oh, look at this. We got some kayakers. This is awesome. And some seals. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Cool because Mike sent that picture yesterday, a little bit of the port quarter of Frog's Leap. He was behind me. Every time I see the boat, the lines of the boat, everything about the boat, I like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no inbound traffic, well, there is one outbounder right here, the Point Loma. my GoPro at the helm when I was talking. It doesn't take much to overheat those GoPros. So I put my GoPro in the fridge. It's been in there for about 5 minutes now. I'm just checking on it every couple of minutes as I head out this channel. Hopefully I'm not doing any damage to it, you know, by trying to cool it down. Now, part of the thing is I had the foam wind guard on it. I think when I put it back on, I'm gonna take that foam wind guard off. Most of the time I've got music going on that kind of stuff anyway, you know, on the final edit. So you just gotta have all these workarounds, man. GoPro in the reefer. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, got the main out, well, reefed main, full jib, well, to Genoa, 130 Genoa. And they're out, and we're sailing. I got 8.5 knots apparent with a speed of about just under 3. So, hey, that's pretty all right, I think. Pretty happy about that. I should shake that reef out. Oh, I got the reef out. Yeah, she could be a little tighter, but I'm gonna go with it. Well, when I was sailing, I was on a heading of like 270. But to get up to Mission Bay, you've got to come north. But when I turned north, you know, I was in a nose-wester. So on comes the engine, baby. We're motor sailing. This guy caught my eye. Look how little freeboard he has. And the scuppers, there's like white water coming out of the scuppers. I think this boat is quite loaded. Pretty interesting. Got the reefing line appropriately dangling. Yeah. Time to go into Mission Bay.
right, so we're going to do a little fast forward here of Frog's Leap's transit into Mariner's Basin and ultimately to Bonita Cove. This little sign off the port bow marks the entrance to Mariner's Basin, and on it also is where it says 72 hours max in any 7-day period. So they advertise the limit right there. So right after entering Mariner's Basin, I just hang a right away and head north along that eastern edge of Mariner's Basin up until I get to Bonita Cove. Yeah, that's the anchorage spot, Bonita Cove. Now we're entering the Bonita Cove area, and you'll see the wind's coming from the left here. And so I'm going to take a right and go behind a few of these boats to position myself better to make a anchorage approach. Here's that right-hand turn. I want to get behind the wind here, and then right in between these two boats, and just edge up into the wind as much as I dare, and then drop the hook here. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Marina Queen Sailing. Hey, be sure to subscribe. Next week, I've got a surprise for you. Something you're not expecting. Neither was I. For real-time updates, check out @Marina Queen Sailing on Instagram.